Friends, welcome to this video on C programming, and in this video we are going to take a look at the gets function. So gets function is usually used to get a string which is containing spaces. We have to take the input from the user, and the user will be entering a string, and that string is also containing spaces. So in those cases we use gets, but let me tell you that gets is not a safe function at all. And actually it should not be used also. There is a safer version which is fgets, which we'll discuss in the next video. But let's like for the sake of completion, let's take a look at gets, right? So gets, as you can see, let's first read what it does. So it reads characters from the standard input and it stores them as a C string into str until a new line character or the end of file is reached. So that means that it is, if you see the syntax, it is taking char pointer string. So this is the string where whatever user input is coming, I am going to store it inside this string, which is a char pointer. And the return type of gets is also a char pointer. So now let's read this also. So it's a pointer to a block of memory. So they're talking about this string, which we are passing as argument to the function gets, and they're saying that it's a pointer to a block of memory where the string read will be copied as a C string, and the return type is a string only. It's a char pointer, means it's a string. So now let's take an example. So here I have taken a character array, and I have named the character array as a buff, which means buffer, and the size is max, and this max I have already defined here. It is 10. So the value of max is 10, and so this is a character array of size 10. Now what I'm doing is I'm just outputting this enter a string, and I'm using gets function to store whatever string will be entered by the user in the standard input, that will be stored in this buff, and then the string is %s and whatever value stored in buff will be printed out. So very simple example. Let's try it out. So let me just remove this. Let's save our program, command S, and let's run it. So it says warning, this in the beginning of compilation only it is giving a warning. It's saying that this program is using gets, which is unsafe, and I'll tell you why it is unsafe, but let's first try out. So as you know that this is a buffer of size 10. So let's give a string hello. It is of 5 characters. Let's hit enter. String is hello. So it is printing line number 22, which says string is hello. So it's successfully printing, but the problem is that this buffer, right, you can overflow this buffer because you are not giving any size. There is no check placed on the size of the string that the user is providing. So now if I run the program again, let's clear the out. Let's run it again. And now let us give a string which is of size greater than this max value. So let's give a string which is say of 10, greater than 10 characters. So this is a so let's say this is a string greater than 10. So this is the input that I am giving, and gets will basically take the string, but the buffer size is small, right? So it will overflow that buffer. So now we see what it is saying. String is, so it is printing that string is, this is a string greater than 10, and it is saying abort. So this means what has happened is that so right now in this program it is actually printing the string. Sometimes what will happen is the string only will not get printed. Before that only the abort will happen. So the process is sending an abort. It's getting aborted because the process got aborted because you have overflown the buffer. The buffer size was 10, but you wrote a size which was much greater than 10. So that is why gets is not a safe function to use in a program, because we don't know how big the user input will be. So the buffer can overflow. So that's all about the gets function. In the next video we'll talk about a much safer version, is fgets, and that will be using the size also. So that's all. And yeah, one more point. How do you figure out that this input that I am providing that is terminating? So the new line character, okay, whenever the new line character is hit, okay, that means that is the end of the string. So that also I mentioned here also, that it stores them as a C string into str until a new line character or end of the file is reached. Okay, so that is the termination. Okay, that is the place where gets will stop the search. Okay, and it will place that much amount into the buffer. So that's all in gets. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.